Hey guys, it's Nelson here from Sandro's Cakery. Welcome back everyone, and for those newbies out there, be sure to check out my other videos. And today guys, we are making the most hardest biscuits to make ever. Yeah, they're called macaroons. We are going to do strawberry macaroons, so be sure to stay tuned to this video so you can learn how to make these amazing biscuits for all occasions. For the full details of the ingredients and the recipe, you can find it on my blog right here, or it will be inside the description box below. Right guys, so let's get started on making these amazing strawberry macaroons. Woo! First, let's start off by putting the ground almond into the food processor, followed by the icing sugar and then the dried strawberries. You want to blitz this a couple of times, let's say 2 to 3 times. You want to blitz it and get a nice fine texture to it. So once you have blitzed your dry ingredients, you want to grab your sieve and you want to place it over a bowl. You then want to get your dry ingredients, process them through the sieve, shake the sieve a little bit. You will find that there's large bits of dried strawberries or almond. Feel free to process them through the food processor once again to get that fine texture, and then repeat the process of placing it through the sieve. Now you want to grab your egg whites and put them into the electric mixer. If you haven't got an electric mixer, you can always use a hand whisk. I wouldn't recommend it because it's straining on your arm, and it takes a while for the eggs to form to that meringue level. Quick tip guys, before you even think about making the macaroons, 1 to 2 days before making it, you want to crack those eggs, you want to separate the egg whites, and you want to place them in the fridge. This process is called the aging process for the egg whites, and what this does, it reduces the moisture in the eggs and it also increases the elasticity in the egg whites. Next, you want to add a pinch of salt to the egg whites whilst it's mixing, and you want to wait until it froths just before you add the granulated sugar. Once you've added the sugar to the egg whites, you want to let your mixer do its thing for about 6 to 7 minutes. After 6 to 7 minutes, you will notice that your egg whites have stiffened up. And for my top tips on how to whip up the best egg whites, check my blog. It's in the description box just down there. So next, add your red food colouring. What I did here, I used my angled spatula and I just scooped a little bit of red food colouring and I just dropped it into the egg whites. What you want to do, you want to add as much food colouring as you desire. Your red can be from any shade of red. Whatever you feel like is strawberry red, it's up to you. Once the red food colouring is well combined, you want to grab those dry ingredients that we blitzed earlier on and you want to add half of that to the egg whites. Whilst mixing the dry ingredients to your egg whites, you want to make sure you don't beat the mix too much, as this will affect the rise of the macaroons once it's baking. Mix the dry ingredients into the egg whites until you can't see the dry ingredients anymore. What you want to do, you want to do this sort of motion and you want to fold it back, and then again and fold it back. Then you want to add the next half of the dry ingredients and repeat that process once again. So in this video guys, I'm using the silicone macaroon baking machine. So if you have one of those, get them ready. If not, get whatever you're using to bake your macaroons ready now. Grab your icing bag and your round tip and a cup. What you want to do with this, you want to place your icing bag in the cup and fold over it, I would say. Fold over it and then you can scoop all your mixture into that bag. Once you've poured your mix into the icing bag, you want to start piping them into your silicone mat. You don't want to pack too much and with too much pressure. As it's quite runny, you will notice that it will just come out anyway. It might even come out in your cup. Sometimes it gets messy. So what you want to do, you want to pipe it at an angle, and you want to pipe in the inner circles, and it will expand to the larger circle. If you haven't already, what you want to do, you want to place your silicone mat on a baking tray. With the baking tray, you want to tap it a couple of times on each side on your surface, just before you leave it to rest. What this will do, it will allow the mixture to expand evenly, and it will also knock out any air bubbles that are in the mixture so your macaroons can rise properly. Now, leave your macaroons to rest in the kitchen at room temperature. You're going to wait for about 20 minutes for the macaroons to dry. To test this, gently place your finger over the macaroon, and if nothing comes off of it, then it's ready and it's dry, and give it another 10 minutes before you put it in the oven. Whilst your macaroons are rested for another 10 minutes, you want to start heating up your oven at 180 degrees or gas mach 4. Your macaroons are to bake in the oven for about 10 minutes. You want to watch your macaroons because you don't want them to brown, you don't want them to burn, you don't want them to overbake. Once your macaroons are out of the oven, you want to leave it out to rest for about 10 to 15 minutes so it's nice and cool, or longer if necessary. So this is what a perfect macaroon will look like. It would have grown, it will have feet, and it will have a nice shell to it. So I filled my macaroons with a normal buttercream. You can find that recipe in my blog, but you can use whatever filling you desire. So you want to remove all your macaroons off your silicone mat or whatever you use, your baking tray, your parchment paper, whatever it is. You want to have one row of macaroons facing up and one row of macaroons facing down. This will just make it easier for you guys to start filling and sandwiching. So there's not much of a method on how to pipe these bad boys, but just remember that you're sandwiching these, so you don't want too much buttercream in between them. So that was my strawberry macaroon, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope I didn't bore you. If you did like it, just give me a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think. If you found this video helpful and you're trying it out yourself, tag me in a picture or a video. I would love to see how it turned out for you guys. Be sure to stay tuned. There will be loads more macaroons coming up, loads more tutorials on all different flavors. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace. Hey guys, it's me again. Make sure you subscribe to be up to date with my videos, and make sure you check out all my social network pages below, somewhere down there below. Can you see it? Can you see it? Click them now. Woo! Woo! Below.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. Alright, cool.